want to go through May, June, IGCSE paper 3, web authoring quickly. So let's begin. Okay. So once again, this is May, June 2022. The paper is 2 hours, 30 minutes. So you have been supplied with the following source files. So these are the files that you've been supplied with. The first task, task 1, create a new word process document. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. Now I have already created my evidence document. So you can create your own evidence document in Microsoft Word. Make sure you insert your name, center number, and candidate number in the header. All right. So I'm just going to go to my support files. Okay, so I'm just going to rename this, and I'll create a new folder. Okay, so let's create a new folder. Right click, new folder, J, according to the question, let's check. The question say, create a new folder called J2231. Okay, so that's the name of our folder, J2231. So let's create that. J2231, like this. Okay, that's done. What's next? Locate the following files and store them in your J2231 folder. So these files, we need to copy them and store them in that folder. So yeah, this file, I'm just also going to copy the evidence document that I created, so you can create your own evidence document and save it like this. So let's copy this into my folder. Okay, we have those. What's next? Now, it's important to note that if you're using Microsoft Expression, it will be exactly the same way. The differences are minor. But in this tutorial, I'll be using Microsoft front page for this task. So even if you're using Microsoft Expression, you can still follow along. Next, open the file j31balloon.jpg in a graphics package. Edit the image by rotating it 90 degrees clockwise and flipping it horizontally. Now, I've already done this, but I'll just quickly show you how to do this by yourself. If you want, you can use Photoshop, but if you're not familiar with Photoshop, you can use a default Windows image software. Let's go into our folder. This is the image. Let's just open. Okay, this is our image. So according to the question, rotate it 90 degrees clockwise. 90 degrees clockwise. Just click here once. It's rotated 90 degrees clockwise. Next, reflecting it horizontally. Okay, now I'm using Windows 11, but if you're using Windows 10, it's a little bit different from Windows 11, but the difference is minor again. So if I go into my folder, or actually if I open the photo, click on edit, click this pencil icon. Now, if you're using Windows 10, you're going to find the flipping and reflection located around this area, top right corner. But in my case, I'm using Windows 11. So that option is here for me. Okay, so let's just click and flip it. That's done. So let's save a copy as. Now, if you notice, this software here has no option to save this image as a PNG, only JPEG. And the question will later on require us to save this image as a PNG file. So what do we do in this case? I'll just save this as a temporary file. So I'll just say balloon1 for me to later convert into PNG using another software. So let's save this. Okay, that's done. We can close that. Next, save this new image in your folder, in your J2231 folder in PNG format using the file name balloon followed by your candidate number, for example, balloon 9999. Okay, that's fine. And let's go back to our folder. Here's our image. Here's actually our image. This is the original one. This is the one we've edited. So let's right click and open this JPEG image in Paint. Now, when you open this in Paint, just go to File, Save As, PNG. Okay, according to the question, you have to save this as balloon J31 balloon underscore your candidate number. Just put 4 nines. Okay, let's save that. That's done. So we can close that. Okay, guys, so this part is done. Okay. Okay, that's done. Display the contents of your J231 folder, showing the folder name, all file names, file extensions, file sizes, image dimensions, and for the video, the frame height and the frame width. Take a screenshot of this folder. Make sure that the required information is clearly visible. Place this screenshot in your evidence document. So you have to go into your folder, this folder. Now, I already changed my view to show all the dimensions for the video, the frame height, and the frame width. But sometimes you might have things, yours showing like this. Okay. So if yours is like this, just go to view, then go to content. Might be a little bit different if you're using Windows 10, but it shouldn't be too complicated. The option should be around that area. So just do that. Now you can take a screenshot of this. Now to take a screenshot, you can either hold down Ctrl++, print screen, and screen will be printed like that. Or you can search for snip and search for the snip 2. Open it. Click on new and snip the area that you require. But I'm not going to save my snip because I've already taken a snip of this. So all I'll do is just open up my evidence document for you to see, which is this one. There we go. So I've already taken a snip of this and I've pasted here as evidence 1. So you have to write evidence 1 and then paste it there like that. Okay, let's carry on. Okay, so this is done. Okay. Task 3. You're going to create a web page for Tower Balloon Safaris. The web page and style sheet must work in any browser. Make sure that your spreadsheet contains no HTML. Make sure your HTML and style sheet are as efficient as possible. Create in your J2231 folder a web page called tbs.htm. This web page must be created using a single table and must work in all browsers. The table must fit 90% of the width and height of the browser window. The table must have a structure as shown in this diagram. Okay, so this is the structure of our table. So let's create a new web page called tbs.htm to start with. So how do we do that? For this task, like I said, I'm going to use front page, which is right here. But if you're using Microsoft Expression, it is the same thing. It's not too different. Okay, so once this opens, you're going to find this option here. Okay, when you hover over this option, this feature, it's going to tell you, and it reads create a new normal page. So just click on that once. So a new page is created. So let's save this as file. Save as. Let's just navigate, make sure you're saving it in the same folder that you created. Okay. So we are to save this as TBS. So TBS. Okay, let's save this. Done. That's done. So this web page must be created using a single table. So this is the layout of our website and must work in all browsers. The table must fit 90% of the width of the height and the height of the browser window. The table must have a structure as shown in the diagram below. So as we see, guys, it's very important to know before you even start creating how many rows and how many columns your table has. So for this table, let's count the individual cells. Here, we've got one cell here. We've got another cell here horizontally, and we've got another cell here. Meaning we've got at least the maximum number of cells horizontally is 3, meaning we're going to have 3 columns, because this is a column by itself, and this is a column by itself, and this should be a column by itself. So we've got 3 cells, 1, 2, and 3 going horizontal. What about the rows? Let's count the rows as well. 1, this is 1, 2, this one, 3, 4, and 5. So this table, guys, has got 3 columns and 5 rows. So to create a table in Microsoft Front Page, if you go to the ribbon here, you're going to see an option called Table. So click on that once, and click on Insert, Table, and specify the number of rows and columns. In our case, according to the question, we require 5 rows and 3 columns like this. And the question also says, if we check here, the table must fit 90% of the width and height of the browser window. So that's 90%. So to do that, we need to specify the width. Right now it's set to 100%, so we need to specify as 90. Make sure your percentage is ticked instead of pixel if the question requires percentages. So click OK. There we have our table. So quickly, we need to design our table like this. So table A, so this cell A spans across. In web authoring, call this a call span or a column span, because we've got a cell spanning the column. Okay, and C is also doing the same, and D does the same, apart from E and F. So this is 70%. C is 70% as well. B, this side is 30%. D is 10%, E is 35%, and F is 35%. So let's do that quickly. And the last one, G, is also 10% in height. Remember that. So let's do that. So highlight this according to the question. Right click. When you right click, you saw this option. Then click on Merge Cells. Do the same for this next cell here. Right click. Merge Cells. Do the same for the other one. Right click and Merge Cells. These weren't merged, so we'll leave them as they are. The last bottom was merged as well. Right click, Merge Cells. Now, yeah, also to merge these cells here, highlight, right click, Merge Cells like this. So our table should look something like this. All right, this looks great. Now we have to specify the dimensions. This one, according to the question, if you look at this table here, this is 70%, 70%, 30, and 10%. So let's do that. So simply right-clicking the cell that you want to change the width and height for, then click on Cell Properties and tick width. In our case, for this one, according to the question, we only specify the width. Say A width is equal to 70%. There's no height here. So we need to do just that. So guys, when you're solving any question in any subject, it's important to follow instructions. Just do as the question says. Nothing more, nothing less. So this should be 70. Make sure you tick percentage instead of pixels because the question says so. Yeah, then click OK. This also should be 70%. Cell properties, specify. That should be 70% in percentage. Click OK. This should be 30% according to the question. specify in percent. So this should be 30%. All right. This was 10% in height. Right, specify. Actually, this should be height only, according to the question. Okay, 10% like that. This is 35. Simple and easy. 35%. Make sure it's percent. I'll just check this, make sure it's percent. This was in pixels, so I need to change it. Right, so just quickly check. This was percent. And this was percent as well. Cool. Okay, this is supposed to be 35%. I'm sure we've done it. All right, nice. This also should be 35%. Okay. And this should be 10%. In height. This is all according to the question. Okay. This is 30. Let's just counter check. Make sure it's 30. Yeah, in percent. That's fine. Next thing. So guys, this is all done. Okay. Done. Each table cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown. These must be set as percentage values. Do not set the height of cells A, B, C, E, or F. Okay, which we haven't done. The cell contents shown in the diagram must not appear on your final web page, meaning the letters A, B, C, E, and so on shouldn't be shown. Table borders must appear on the final web page. Okay, that's fine. Set the title of the web page to Tawara Balloon Safaris. So for you during the exam, guys, you won't have the privilege to copy the text. Instead, you need to type this in manually, unfortunately. But for me, since I'm using a soft copy question paper, I'll just copy this to set it as a title. Control C. Now just go to my web page. Make sure you click in the blank area. Right click, and then go to page properties. Then in the title section here, you need to type that in, Tawara Balloon Safaris. And click OK. That's done. Next, set in the HTML the name of the default target window to new. That's easy. Again, in the blank area, right click, go to page properties, click on this target frame, click on the pencil icon here, and go to new, and edit this blank word here to say new. And click OK, and click OK. That's done. Next. Okay, so guys, these two are done. Okay, place in cell A the image banner, B the balloon image saved in step 1, which is a PNG image we edited at the beginning of the video. C a video tag to display J31 balloon.mp4 so that it fits the width of this cell. Okay, and display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video type. So let's start from the first one, how to place an image in a cell. So what do? So in here, they require us to paste the banner image. So just click in the cell, right click, and click in there, click insert, then picture from file, and we're looking for the banner, which is this picture here, and insert. That's done. Then in cell B, which is this cell here, the balloon image. Okay, according to the question. So click in there, again, go to insert, picture from file, that one, insert. That's done. Then in cell C, which is this cell here, the video. Let's see which one is cell C. All right, so this is A, B, this is C. It requires to insert a video. Say in cell C, a video tagged to display j31balloon.mp4 so that it fits the width of this cell. So it must fit the width of this cell. Display an automated text-based error message if the browser does not support this video type. How do we do that? But to do that, just click in the cell where you're supposed to insert the video and go to insert, web component, advanced, click on plugin, click finish, and browse to your video. Okay, which is that video here. Open, click OK. There is our video. So I'm going to save this once. So let's preview in browser, see what we have. Okay, there's our website, and there is our video. Okay. So our video works. Let's minimize this. Let's go back. Now, guys, for the video, we need to know a little bit of HTML and try to edit it a little bit with the code. Now, IGCSE web authoring, you must know both how to use IDEs such as front page or expression, but you should also know and understand the code because they might also actually bring it in your theory. So for the video, they say it must fit the width of the cell and should display an error-based message. So let's go back to front page. Now front page has got different sections. It has got the design where you can see only the design of your web page. Then the split where you can see both the design here. You can see the design and the code here. And also the code where you can see the code only. So I want us to go to the code only and modify the video. So where's our MP4 file? If you see here, our MP4 file is here. So we need to edit this code so that it's a video. If you see here, it says embedded. So we need to modify it to be a video tag. How do we do that? Let's just remove the embedded. Now in HTML, we have what we call a video tag. Just type video. Now for the video, we need to specify the width of the video. And the question says it should fit 100% of the browser. So we can say width of the video is what? 100%. Like that. And for the video, guys, there's one more attribute we need to add. So a video must have the controls to play, to mute, or to increase the volume. So for that, you need to include controls, otherwise your video will not have those controls. And let's just close our video tag, and immediately the IntelliSense in Microsoft front page finishes off our video opening tag is this one with some attributes, width, 100%, and controls. Then it closes automatically here, and the closing tag, you notice that has got a /, and then also the video tag. So we need this code here to go inside our video tag. So I'm just going to cut it and paste it in between. Ctrl+V. I want to get rid of the height. Now here you see SRC. This in HTML stands for source. So we need to specify the source. So for that, inside the video tag, we need another tag called the source. So just open lesson sign and say source. Yeah. So source. The source is SRC JPG, and the type. What type of file is this? Type should be equal to the type should be equal to video / MP4. Like this. Then in between here, I'll just press enter to have some more space. We need, if our browser does not support this video type, it should display an error-based message according to the question here. So I'll just copy this. Browser does not support this video type. So Ctrl+C, then we'll paste it into the code, Ctrl+V. And then here we'll just say your browser does not support this video type. Okay. This should work fine. So let's just save this once. And let's reload in our browser. See what we have. Yeah. So now our video fits well. And So our video works. All right, so let's go back. So guys, so in E, the image Serengeti, and in F, the image Maasai. Let's go. So we'll go back to the design here of one page. So which one is cell E? This one. Clicking it once, insert picture of Serengeti. Click insert, it's done. And the other one, which is F, insert picture of Maasai. Done. Okay. So guys, this is all done. Let's move on. Place inline style attribute into the HTML so that each image with its aspect ratio maintained fits the width of the table cell. So place inline style attribute into the HTML so that each image with its aspect ratio maintained fits the width of the table cell. So for it to fit, it has to be 100%. So let's go in there. Let's go into the code. So if you look at the image tags here, they've got a width, which is neither in pixels or percentages, and the height. So the question at first said that we shouldn't include the height of these images at the beginning if you go back. And this must fit 100%, not that. So inline style, for inline style, let's just erase the width and the height. Excuse me. So say style, cosine, double quotes, and say width. That's all we want. Colon should be 100. Should be 100%. That's it. So all you need to do is just copy this code, Ctrl C, then paste it for all images. All right, Ctrl V. Make sure you get rid of the height. Save this. Let's go back to our design. Okay, so there is our website forming. All right, okay, let's go back. So this is done as well. Add appropriate alternate text to all still images. So just go to images, to the images. Here is an image. So right click on the image and then go to picture properties this time. Then go to general and tick text. And this is the logo image. Click OK. this one here, feature properties, general. Okay, this is array, Getty, image, right, and right click on this one, feature properties, text. This is Masai image. Okay, done. Okay, so that's done. Place in cell D the text from the file j31text.txt. Set this text as style h2. Okay, so let's go here. So in cell D, which is this cell here, so let's open that file, the text file, which is this one here. So we just need to copy all that and paste it in here. Okay, then if we go to the code, we need to set that text as style h2 according to the question. So this should be, so opening tag less than sign, that should be h2, and closing tag. Now we need to cut this closing tag and put it at the end of our text like this. Let's save this. Let's reload in our browser, see what we have. Okay, there we go. Done. Enter in cell G the text. Okay, so in cell G we need this text here, followed by a space, your name, center number, and cardinal number. Okay, so let's just copy this. Okay, let's go to cell G. Cell G, guys, is this cell here, the last cell. Now again, for you have to type this in manually, but I have the privilege of just copying and pasting. Okay, yeah, like this. All right. State all text in cell G as style H3. So to do that, so to code in cell G, again come here, less than sign, H3, and greater than sign. Okay, we can copy this, closing tag, Control X, because it finished, or it completed the tag automatically. So it's less than sign, H3, then greater than sign. Then in the end of the text, at the end of the text, you need to add a closing tag. Okay, same for this one here. Okay, so just remove this forward slash because it's open here and should close here, because what we want is we want this text web page as edited by to be h3. So this is the opening tag here, guys. This is the closing tag. Simple and straightforward. Then h3 opens here and closes there. So let's save this, see what we have. Okay, right, looks like this one, it works fine, but this one hasn't been changed to h3. So let's check what could be the problem. So maybe if we remove this and remove that. Okay, let's save this, see what we have. Okay, this is now h3. So let's see. Yeah, now everything is h3. Okay, so this is h3, opens here. Again, here we need to specify that it's still h3 and closes there. All right, so that works. What's the next thing here, guys? Create a hyperlink from the image j31 Masai to open the web page j31kenya.htm. So to do that, this one. Okay, so the Masai image to open the web page Kenya. So just click on the picture, right click and say hyperlink. Then it should open Kenya and click OK. That's done. And next, create a hyperlink image from the Serengeti to open the web page Tanzania in the browser window that is currently in use. Now, guys, the Kenya is going to open in a new tab. This one is required, the examiner requires that this opens within the same tab. So it should more like override whatever window is open and open this new link. So just right click, click on hyperlink. This should open Tanzania. Okay, that's fine. Target frame should be same frame here. Click OK and should open Tanzania. Click OK. That's done, guys. Save that. Rename the style sheet j31 stylesheet.css2. j31 style sheet followed by your center number and candidate number. Okay, so let's go into our folder. This is our style sheet. Let's rename this. So rename this as style sheet followed by your center number and candidate number. Okay, enter. That's done. Let's go back. Make sure this style sheet is still in cascaded style format. Attach this style sheet to your page. Now, to attach a style sheet to our page, all we need to do is go to Format, Style Sheet Link, then Add. We need to browse to our folder. In my case, that's already opened my folder, and choose a style sheet that you want. Click OK. And click OK. Now, the last part of this tutorial is to create a style sheet, or rather to edit a style sheet saved in your documents. The trainee has attempted to create a style sheet for this website. This file contains a number of errors and omissions. All color codes must be displayed in hexadecimal. The style sheet must not contain HTML or scripting language. Open and edit the style sheet you saved in step 12 to meet the following specifications. Set the background for the web page so that it has a color with a blue component of D2, red component of 7.4, and green component of AB. Now the color code, guys, for web authoring, it is RGB, this order, which is R for red, then green, which is G, and then B, which is blue. This will make sense as we proceed. Okay, so set the background for the web page so that it has a color like this. Okay, so let's do that. So to set the background, now a website, just like a human body, has got a head and a body. The body is what you see on a web browser. Okay, in your head, that's where you specify your links and your metadata. So what we're interested in is the body. We want the body to be of that hexadecimal value according to the question. The body should have these color components. So to do that, we need to go to Format, Style, then click on New, specify here body, and click on Format. And what we want is a background. So click on border, always choose border. So then click on shading, choose background color, go on more, and click on select. So the question says should have, it's RGB again. The order is RGB. So we'll start with red, green, and then blue is always last. So red is 74. So we're going to type in 74 ABD2. So let's do that. So it's RGB. It's 74 AB and D2. Click OK. This is the required color. And click OK. Click OK here. And click OK. Now you can see that this code has been generated. That says body And then these are the specifics for the body. Okay. Click enter to go in the next line. Next, set the font. Set the font for star H1, H2, and H3 so that the browser selects and displays the font times CY. If this font is not available, the browser selects and displays the font times New Roman. If neither of these fonts are available, the browser must display its default serif font. Okay, so how do we do that? Let's go into the next line. Go to format, style, again new style. So what we want is H1, H2, H3. Okay, to have font should be times CY. If not available, we should have times New Roman. Oops. Just put times CY back. And times New Roman. And if that is not available, default serif font. Okay, let's just check to make sure. So times CY times New Roman, then serif font if neither of those are available. Then yeah, and okay, must display its default serif font. Set the text in star H1, H2, and H3 to black. So we're going to specify the text here to be black. Click OK and click OK and click OK. So there is our code here, you can see. Nice and neat. Next. Set star H1 so that the text is center aligned with a 16-point font. So again, go to format, style, new, H1, format. This should be 16 points, 16 pt. Okay. Click OK. Then the alignment. Now we can go to center. Click OK. So guys, for the font, you go on font. For alignment, you go to paragraph. That's where you're going to find the alignment option. All right, that's done. And set star H2 so that it is fully justified with the 12 points font, and star H3 so the text is left aligned with the 10 points font. So let's do that. So for H2, format style, new, H2, the font should be 12 points of PT, must be fully justified, justify. It's done. So this is done. So set each table margin individually to 5% of the width and height of the browser window. Okay. Set each table margin. Okay, for the table here. So we know we're going to use the table tag because I want the margin of the table. So go to style. Can you? This time it will be for the table because our table contains everything. Format. Actually, let me do this. It's our table. So we'll say margin top be 5%. Then I'll just copy this and paste it 3 times. So margin top left, right, and bottom like this. Set all table cell padding to 10 px. So all the cells to 10 px. Now for the cells, table cells are called TD. In other words, okay. So we need to specify. So the table, our table holds the table cells. So we'll say table. Okay, and then table data. Those are our cells. So all table cells should be 10 px. Okay, so what's that? It's the padding. Okay, so it's padding should be 10 px. Then set all table borders and grid to be set all table borders and grid lines, meaning all the grid lines, meaning the lines that are contained within the table, which is our cells, okay, to be visible, separated, solid, black, and 1 px. So for separated, we'll come to our table here. We're going to say border. This is the code. Border collapse. Let's say separated. Okay. Then they should be solid and black and 1 px wide. So that's, let's just say TD, which is the table cells. Table cells should be border, should be 1 pixel, solid, and the hexadecimal value for black is 000000. Okay. Okay, this is done. Set a space between the borders of all table elements to 10 pixels, meaning the table data. Okay. Should be 10 pixels. So we can specify that within the table cell. We can say border spacing 10 px. Now, if we look at this, web authoring, yeah, if we look at this CSS file, there's an error. Let's go further. So all this is done. So here the question says, correct and edit the comment at the start of the style sheet to contain your name, center number, and candidate number. Okay. So correct and edit the comment. So let's correct the comment. Now to comment, you need /. This is correct. #, then the words here. I've already added my name here, center number, and candidate number. Okay, now the last part of the comment is wrong. The closing part should start with an *, then /. So *, and this code shouldn't be here. It was already specified here. It has been specified or corrected. Yeah, that's about it. So let's save this. Then if we come here, okay, take a screenshot to show the file name and all contents of your style sheet and paste this in your evidence document. Now I have already done that. Let me show you. Yeah, so you need to take as evidence you need to take a snip of your style sheet, including the name of the style sheet. All right, that's evidence 2. Then set your web page. Save your web page. Display your web page in the browser. If necessary, resize it so that all the page can be seen, all text can be easily read. The address bar is visible. Okay, that's done. So what you need to do is just view your website in the browser. You can go to File, Preview in Browser. Let's see what we have. Okay, there is our website. Now you need to, if you want to see the contents of your website, as in everything, because you need to take a screenshot of the entire website. You need to resize it, minimize, and then adjust it in such a way that everything is visible. Okay, make sure everything is visible like this. Then take a screenshot of that or a snip. Now I have already done that. Here, there's my snip. And next, evidence 4, a copy of your HTML source, which I've done already. Just copy your HTML and paste it in your evidence document like this.